Is this the dagger?
Lillard, long-range three. It's good! At the buzzer! Damian Lillard! Are you kidding me?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Baller Nation. I'm your host today. My name is Yan Perron. Please go just follow me on Instagram real quick at BallerNation6 if you haven't already. I just got to get that out of the way. Trying to hit 30K by January. I'm fully confident that we're going to hit that. I mean, y'all been killing it over there. But anyway, today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best team in basketball right now. And this team I don't think will win the championship, but they are the most talented team in basketball. They are. They have the best players in they have the best player in basketball. They have the best bench in NBA. You could argue NBA history for sure. This team, for me, is the best team in the NBA, and they just got another star player back. You guys probably already know by now. I'm talking about the LA Clippers, featuring Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, the best bench, mainly headlined by Lou Will, by Montrezl Harrell. They're one of the best coach teams in basketball. Of course, guys like Ty Lue and Doc Rivers and the coaching staff, and of course Jerry West and Steve Ballmer as well in the front office. I mean, those guys are just otherworldly. It's a different tier, it's a different class of NBA basketball teams. Anyway, we just saw the LA Clippers dismantle Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic, the hottest player in basketball at the moment of playing against the Clippers, got just straight up shut down, and it wasn't even close. It was ridiculous. It was terrible watching Luka Doncic play. At that point, he was the hottest act in basketball. He really was. He 4 straight games. He was putting up triple doubles. He was doing all this stuff. People were calling him the MVP of the NBA, and say what you will, he was in his second year and all this stuff, but guys, at the end of the day, he was the best player in basketball going into that game against the Clippers. And then on came Paul George, in came Kawhi Leonard, and then Patrick Beverley, of course. Those 3 guys just straight up just strapped him. Just strapped Luka Doncic up all game. He shot 0 of 8 from downtown, 4 of 14 from the field. 22 points on the night, and 14 of those points coming from the free throw line. So it was a very tough game for Luka Doncic last night, and that really is my first point, and that is the Clippers genuinely can strap any player up in the NBA. There have been really one guy to have their way on this Clippers defense all season long, and that was James Harden, and Paul George wasn't even playing that game. That was James Harden a few weeks ago when the Houston Rockets won that close one against the Clippers, and Harden hit a couple daggers in that game. James Harden had probably the best game of the season that year. You could also argue Anthony Davis for like the first quarter and a half of the first game of the year, and again, there was no Paul George. This team without Paul George was already great. This team was without Paul George, and if it was only Kawhi Leonard, they were a title favorite. It'd be still between them and the LA Lakers for the championship. Like, that team was still extremely dominant just because of just the sheer greatness of Kawhi Leonard and the incredible bench depth that the Clippers had. Now you add to that mix, you add Paul George, you add a top 10 player in the NBA, and it's just different. It's a different team. It's a different kind of environment now, because now Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, you can put them in there, and these guys can strap any player up. They really can. I cannot see a player dropping over 30 points on these guys. I can't see that happening. Especially come playoff time, when Kawhi, Paul George, and Pat Bev are out there on the perimeter D'ing them up. I can't see it. I can't see a perimeter player doing that. You know, I mean, obviously a guy like Giannis is going to get the majority of his points in the paint. I could see that happening. A guy like Anthony Davis, of course, getting the majority of points and getting the majority of his points in the paint. I could see something like that happening. But as far as a guy like LeBron James, as far as a guy like Luka Doncic, like even James Harden, really, it's a struggle to get even 30 points in these guys. It's really going to be tough, and in the playoffs, it's going to be even tougher. Now, of course, looking past Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, you're still looking at a very talented starting five. You're looking at a guy in Ivica Zubac, who's one of the most underrated big men in the NBA. I remember coming into this year, the biggest reason why people said that the Lakers were better than the Clippers was because of the big man, because of the mismatch in the post. And Zubac has really proven to be obviously not as good as an Anthony Davis, not as good as a Dwight Howard, not as good as even a JaVale McGee, but he's been playing really, really solid defense, and of course on the offensive side of things as well, he's brought great size to the post, and he hasn't been dominated all year long. He's really held his own down there, and you gotta give the man full props. Obviously, guys like JaMychal Green as well can help down there, and Trez coming off the bench. Those two guys are great players in the post, especially on defense. And we've even seen this year guys like Maurice Harkless up against some of the bigger guys in the NBA, and Harkless, though he's only 6'8", he can still put in work on the defensive on the defensive side of things. So really, to round up the starting five, you look at guys like obviously Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Ivica Zubac, and then we already mentioned Maurice Harkless, and of course Patrick Beverley, the point guard. Pat Bev's just a different animal. We know what Patrick Beverley brings to the table. It's just energy. It's even a touch of clutch as well. I remember a few days ago he hit like four threes in the fourth quarter in overtime. Patrick Beverley, he's a different man. That was against the Boston Celtics as well. It was a great game, and Patrick Beverley really he sunk the dagger in the hearts of the Celtic fans. So that rounds out the starting five, and the bench is just, you could argue, the best bench of all time. It's tough for me to think of a team that had a better bench as far as depth, star power, skill goes. A guy like Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell, two guys who are very rare to come by in the NBA. Look at Lou Will, he's a liability on defense, but he's always going to be on the court in clutch situations because he is just a walking bucket. He really is. In clutch spots, this man, not only does he just hit a lot of clutch shots, but he doesn't miss clutch shots. A guy like Kyrie Irving, he hits a lot of clutch shots, but he misses a lot of clutch shots too. Kawhi Leonard, he hits a lot of clutch shots. Paul George hits a lot of clutch shots, but they miss a lot of clutch shots too. They really do. Lou Will does not miss in the clutch. It's genuinely just different. It's different. It's Robert Horry-esque. He doesn't miss in the clutch. It's ridiculous. Sweet Lou, of course, he's sixth man of the year. He's probably going to win it again this year. I don't think he should. I think it should be Trez. But Lou Will definitely has an argument right now. So beyond Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell, there are a lot of guys who go unnoticed on this Clippers bench, and that's what I'm talking about. Obviously, guys like Terrence Mann, Jerome Robinson, some of the young guys, JaMychal Green, who I've already mentioned. Those guys right there really round the team off, and of course, you got guys like Patrick Patterson as well, who doesn't play a lot, but when he does play, I mean, he gets the job done. He gets his job done. He knows what he's got to do on the court, and he's always going to be producing for you. He's been producing for the Clippers all season long. He's done what he's had to do. So yeah, I mean, really though, the Clippers' strength is defense, it's bench depth, and it's clutch. Though they have three strengths right now that they do better than any other team in the NBA. They play better defense than any team in the NBA. They are more clutch than any other team in the NBA, and they have a better bench than any team in the NBA. That is a winning recipe right there. That's a winning recipe. You add to that, they have the best player in the NBA in Kawhi Leonard. Say what you will, load management, all this stuff. He's like, obviously LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo, James Harden, Luka Doncic. They've all been playing better than Kawhi Leonard this year, but they're not better than him. There's a difference there. There's a difference between playing better and being better. There is a fine line. There's a difference. And so far, Kawhi Leonard, he hasn't been playing as good, but we all know what's going to happen in the playoffs. We all know Kawhi Leonard is just going to flip a switch. And like, I just feel bad for the NBA. I really do. The Clippers, I've already mentioned, the best bench, the most clutch team in the NBA, and the best defensive team in the NBA. You add to that the best duo in the NBA in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They have the best player in the NBA in Kawhi Leonard. Now, all that being said, they're not going to win the championship this year. I can't see it happening. I really can't. It's one of those things where if it all goes according to plan, then the Clippers they'll be crowned champs. But these goddamn Lakers are a very, very sneaky, talented team with great big men, great shooting. The Clippers, they have good shooting. They are not. I think that the Lakers, they are a very underrated three-point shooting team. You got all of a sudden you see LeBron James knocking down these threes. We already know what Danny Green can do. Daniels as well is one of those guys in the Lakers who no one really talks about, but he can knock down threes. The Clippers, the Lakers are a very good shooting team. And lastly, I hate to say this, but I just feel like it's gonna all come down to one play. And I honestly think that the refs are going to give the Lakers one. That's my prediction. That might be petty, that might be salty, but that's my prediction. I think the refs are going to give the Lakers one play. They're going to give them one play. Just like they gave Danny Green that one three-pointer in the corner. We all know the one on the Dwight Howard illegal screen. They're going to give the Lakers a play, and they're going to take full advantage of that. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the Lakers. LeBron James is an all-time great player. He's playing amazing. He's playing amazing right now. But in the playoffs, I think the Clippers are more built for the playoffs. I really do believe that. We saw what they did last year. I think the Clippers are the most talented team in the NBA. They're more talented than the Lakers. They're better than the Lakers. I just have a very bad feeling that it's going to come down to it's going to be Game 7 at Staples Center, and the crowd's going to be going, and Western Conference Finals, and the refs are going to give the Lakers a play. I hate to say it. I really do. So I think the Lakers are going to win the championship this year, and the Clippers are going to get robbed. They are. I don't know. There's not a lot. It's just a prediction. It's what I see happening. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my thoughts on the Clippers right now. They still are the best team in the NBA right now. I truly do believe that the LA Clippers are the best team in the NBA. Lately on my power rankings, I've been saying that the Lakers are the best team in the NBA. But now, over the past few weeks, now that I've really seen Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, what they can do together, it's due time that the LA Clippers get the #1 spot back on my power rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I'll see you later. Peace out.